Welcome to my channel again. Today we shall be making simple wafer paper lilies and daisies. To make my wafer paper canna lily, I shall be using this set. It's a canna lily set, but because the love shape is a bit smaller, this is the size that it produces, and I want my lily to be bigger. I have personally cut out a love shape that is a bit bigger, and this is what I'll be using. So first you trace your shape on your wafer paper. If I were to use the hearts, I'll just press it hard on my wafer paper. So here we have our wafer paper now. All we need to do now is to cut it out. When we are done cutting our canna lily, we shall be making the center of our canna lily, and to make this we need an 18-inch or a 20-inch gauge wire, and then a piece of strip of wafer paper that I have cut, which is 5 inches long. Now I have just wet it with some water, and I'm going to be rolling it around my 18-inch wire. Make sure that you roll it as tightly as possible and try to form a board as you go. Did I forget to mention I sprayed water? It's just ordinary water I sprayed on this wafer paper. So I am just measuring it to confirm that it is 2 inches high, because if it is not long enough, when you put it in the center of your canna lily, it's going to disappear and you may not see the bud. Now to make the lily petal, I'm spraying some water on my leaf or the wafer paper that I've just cut, and then I'm rubbing some cornstarch on the cone, and then placing the pointed side down, fold your canna lily petal around your cone, and then with some edible glue. The edible glue is a composition of water and CMC. Glue the upper parts together to form the canna lily. Now I'm going to be bringing it out of the shape and try to form it properly. I'm going to be using a brush, the edge of my brush, to frill the edge. You know, the lily is usually frilled at the top. I'm also going to be using a cocktail stick or a toothpick to frill the edges of my flower. You need to do this while your petal is still relatively wet, or else you may not be able to do this because it's going to dry up fast. While we are doing this, if this is your first time in my channel and you haven't subscribed and you like what we are doing, I would love you to look below and press the subscribe button, and also don't forget to press the notification bell so that you know when we post beautiful videos like this. Also, feel free to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your friends, and make comments. We'll be happy to hear from you. Next, cut a strip of wafer paper. There's no particular size, just a tiny strip, and paint it in green. We are going to use this for the bottom part of the lily. When you are done, just keep it aside to dry. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to be painting our the center of our lily. Now I deliberately did not make it yellow because I'm going to be using it on a cake that needs it to be white and gold. You could also paint this yellow or pre-paint it from the beginning in yellow before wrapping around your wire. Next, I'm going to be using my florist tape to wrap around the wire or the base of my board. Make sure to always stretch your florist tape to activate it. Now it's time to start putting our lily flower together. So I'm just going to be putting the bud in the center of my lily petal. Apply some glue at the bottom of the petal, and then that green strip that we had painted green, put it there. This will help to secure your petal in shape. The next thing we are going to do is we are just going to use our florist tape to tape it down. This will also add some security, preventing your petal from dropping down. Now we shall be making our daisies. With a daisy cutter, just press down on your wafer paper. Press it hard so that you can make some imprints. You can see the imprints, and then the next thing we shall be doing is cutting out our daisy. When we are done cutting this, we shall be spraying a little water on it, just a little bit. As you can see, that was just one spray. Now with your ball tool, try to ball the center of your flower, okay, and then use your ball tool to drag from the top to the end, just to cup it a bit. Now we shall be making the center of our daisies. I am just going to be cutting a tiny strip. There's no particular measurement, but this should be about 2 inches. I'm just going to be spraying some water. Spray enough water to make it wet, because we are going to be using this to make a kind of cone that will be at the bottom of our flower. So I have cut out a 24-inch gauge wire and then made a hook, put my wafer paper in between and closed the hook. Now I'm just going to be rolling around, and as I roll, I am forming a cone that has a flat top and a pointed bottom. Try to manipulate your wafer paper to do this as you roll. Next, apply some glue, and then we are going to be bringing our daisy that we set aside to dry and just put it on top, and voila, we have our daisies. So the next thing we shall be doing now is we shall be dusting them. So we are going to be dusting both flowers in lemon green. You know, the lily is usually slightly green at the bottom, so I'm just going to be dusting this, and then I'm going to be dusting our daisies. So if you have not subscribed, I'm sure if you are still watching this, you will love to subscribe to my channel. We are all about wafer paper decoration, cake decoration, and we just love what we do. Thank you for watching.